What's good, YouTube, man? Welcome back to another video. In this video, as you can tell by the title, I am telling you how I would go about landing a role in cybersecurity in 2026 if I had to start all the way back over. God forbid this ever happens, but this is the roadmap that I would take if I had to start all the way back over. Before I get into this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and like. And also hit that follow button. Let's try to get to 15K followers in the next 2 months. So that's gonna take help from you and me. You know, I had to be a little more consistent. That's one of my goals this year, is just to be a little more consistent and get this content out. So yeah, before we get into the video, make sure you hit that like button. Drop down in the comments anything that you feel like, any questions, any videos that might help you. Yeah, let's go. Let's get on. Step one: learn roles in cybersecurity. And what I mean by that is learn the different aspects of cybersecurity, because it's so broad, it's so big, and learn what you are interested in. So that will be my first step, is to learn where I want to go, where I want to be in. Is this network security? Is this GRC? Is it pen testing? Is it infosec analyst? Learn where you want to be, what you're interested in, and then you can start building a path to get there. But if you before you know a destination or where you want to go, you can't get directions there. You just wandering around. So make sure you learn exactly where you want to be, and granted, that's not saying, okay, if I want to be a pen tester, that's the only thing I get to that piece. But step one, learn where you want to be. So step two, so I will learn the basics. And this goes for any lane that you want to go down in cybersecurity. You have to know the basics. And that's just the simple things: security fundamentals, networking, um, getting to come to your A+, something like that. Um, learning the fundamentals of, if depending on where you are in your technical knowledge. You don't have to go out and learn everything. That's not even possible. But understanding the fundamentals of networking and understanding simple security concepts will take you a long way. So that will be step two, is learning the fundamentals. And this is not to say learning the fundamentals, I wouldn't pay for courses or anything like that to learn these things, because these things are very readily available. So you can go on YouTube and type in CompTIA A+ training, CompTIA Security+ training. Not saying you have to go for these things, but these are like foundational certifications that will help you learn these things. So you don't necessarily have to go take the test in step two, but just learn these things, because learning simple attack vectors, simple concepts of security. So learning those things, that's where I start in step two, just building some type of foundation. So step three, I will get certifications, but you have to do this smart. It's so many companies and foundations that help you gain free certifications. So I will try to look for free ones. So I know SANS has different programs to help you get these free certifications. Um, I have been offered so many different vouchers and free certifications, so I know that they are out there. So all you have to do is Google and do your research on where you can get these certifications at. But certifications like the GSEC from SANS, the CompTIA Security+, CompTIA Network Plus, All those certifications, a lot of different companies offer vouchers for those. And if you can't get a voucher, if you can't find companies that will help you get those, then yeah, spend your money. But first, try to get those for free. But step 3 is to look out there and see what certifications that matches up with the area or the lane of cybersecurity that you want to go down. And that's where I start next. After I found out what lane I want to go down in cybersecurity, after I learned those basic concepts of cybersecurity, and then I start going to get a certification or schooling, maybe, if that's what you want to do. But for me, I go to certification. So step 4 is, I would say, in my opinion, is the hardest one. So, and this is building job experience without having a job, in cybersecurity. With me, I personally didn't go do the home labs route or project route. I mainly tried to focus on gaining technical um, job titles and technical experience through other lanes, and being able to craft those experiences and that job experience into a cybersecurity or technical role. So what I mean by that is I look for jobs that wasn't too tough to get into. So help desk roles. I look for um, technical support roles. So I worked at Apple. I worked as a technical support engineer. I worked as a hardware support engineer. So these titles sound good, but all of those are just help desk titles. All of those are support roles where you helping people turn on and off their devices and reset them. So gaining that experience helped me with the next step, which is step number 5, building your resume. So I kind of put these two together in my roadmap, but other people say with step 4 to help you gain real work experience is to do like hack the box and home labs. Yeah, I didn't go the super technical route with GRC, so and risk, so it didn't make any sense for me to like build a home lab or a lab, do labs in the cloud or stuff like that. So it was more about building that experience, work experience for me. But if that is something that you want to do, go the very technical route, it is smart to do the home labs and build the home labs. So I wouldn't say it's a right or wrong answer to this. But yeah, let's get into step number 5 because I already. So step number 5 is to build your resume. Everything should make sense. So, like I told you from the start, step 1 is you already know your destination of where you want to be. So, how can I get from point A, not having a job, to point B, to having a job? What gets me closer? So, a lot of times people want to just go point A to point B. Point A, not having a job, to point B, securing the dream job that they want. It doesn't go that way for everyone. Some people, yes, it goes that way. But some people, like me, it didn't go that way for me. So what I had to do, it was a whole lot of point A, point 1, point A, point 2, point A, point 3, and then going to point B. And I'm still kind of not at my point B or where I want to actually be, job title and role wise. So just know, like, along the journey is not about just job titles and money. I know it's hard for people to comprehend that when you don't have a job, and I totally get that. But to get to where you want to be, you have to take these steps in between. So like I said, I took tech support jobs that helped build my resume to land the role that I'm in now. So each job helped me get a step closer to where I want to be. So that's something that you have to take in consideration when you filling out these job applications and get into the field. And that's how, if I had to do it all over again, that's how I do it again. Is I might have to take a lesser role in a title that I'm not necessarily want to be at, but it helps me a step closer to get to where I want to be. Because once jobs see that you have tech support on your resume, then that gives you more to do with more technical roles. Then maybe you land a role at a tech support company that offers cybersecurity, and you get a little step closer to that security. So understand that yes, you can take different routes. It doesn't have to just be A to B. You can build and take steps to build your resume up to where you are more desirable by companies to get the actual role that you want. So building that resume is super important, and taking less of jobs is okay. So I know that was kind of quick, but those are the steps I would take to land another role in 2026. One thing that I always want you guys to keep in mind is multiple people going through what you're going through. So posting a comment, making sure that you're networking is always a big thing, and building that network will always can't do anything but help you, you know. So build that network and make sure that you're not too hard on yourself during this journey, because it's going to be ups, it's going to be downs, it's going to be sometimes you land an interview that you want, but it's also going to be times that you do terrible in the interview that you want. So make sure that you're not too high on yourself and you're not too low on yourself at all. Being even killed, man, that's something that I kind of was blessed with naturally, but it's something that I also have to remind myself to do. It's not to be too high, not to be too low, but stay right here, because either one don't help you on this journey really. So make sure on this journey you give yourself time, and it's never too late, and it's never you're running out of time. So give yourself time and be patient. I know patience is something that a lot of people don't have, especially when it comes to trying to land a job or switch careers, but be patient. It's going to come. God bless, and I'm out.